Sip Blico. I came running, so I'm just settling down. Sip Krishan, Sip Atmatray, Sip Parvatiyama, Sip Bliss, Sip Tina, Sip Manisha, Sip Chandra, Sip Kaumudi, Sip Sudeep. I say difficult to tell Sip to Sip Kaumudi. Sip Suvinay, Sip Rajendra, Sip Girish, Sip Ashok Nichani, Sip Deepa, Sip Sagai, Sip Eru, and there are people joining still. Sip Nagraj. You change the name. You don't need to change the name Kaumudi. I just call you Sip Kaumudi because, okay, she's changed the name only to Kaumudi. Okay, so with that note, we are on to a session. Administrator, the subject today, please. Interesting subject, ISIS. ISIS, some of your favorite subject. I think many of you love the subject, ISIS. I am the soul, soul is Sip. I am Sip, Sip is in all. Either you tell us the meaning, or you ask questions, or you watch the answers. What are you going to do today? Are you going to explain it? We have a topic. A topic today is ISIS. So those who understand the topic, you have an opportunity to refresh your understanding and your realization. If you have a doubt, you can ask questions. It is a time for every master on the call to contribute today by explaining this difficult subject called ISIS. So I'm waiting for you. Silence is good in spirituality, but not in a Zoom call. ISIS, Bliss and Chotwani. Yes, Bliss. First Bliss and then Chotwani. Have you typed or are you asking?
No.
Normally when I ask you, you say, I already type. You say, I already type your message. Okay, tell me, Bliss.
I would like to know if everything is Sip. Spark.
Yes.
Sip is supreme immortal power.
You're right.
So I am also supreme immortal power, and absolutely. I will reach Paramatma.
Yes, Sip.
Sip, it's Paramatma.
Yeah.
Then I'm going to die. When my body die, I will reach only if I enlightenment.
Correct.
And what happened with everything else?
What happens? Sudeep, is audio steady? Ashok is saying audio is not steady. Sudeep, is audio steady? Okay, Ashok Nichani, your audio has a problem. Audio is steady. So what happens to everybody else is what you said, right?
Yes.
See, if we don't realize this ISIS is one of the best creations of this Zoom call. Yes, ISIS is not created by me. ISIS is created by Zoom. Now, I am the soul. You're clear about this? Neti, neti, tattvamasi. Not body, not mind, not ego. I am the soul. You're clear, right?
Yes.
And the soul is Sip. The soul is part of supreme immortal power. Yeah. If I am the soul and soul is Sip, then I am Sip.
Right.
And if I am Sip, everybody is Sip. Everybody is Sip. So this is the equation, the formula. This is the formula for salvation. This is the formula for liberation. This is the formula. It is the most ISIS. It's in the world. If you tell ISIS, they think of war and they think of terrorism. But ISIS is the formula for liberation. People who do not understand ISIS or realize ISIS, they come back again and again and again and again and again.
Okay. They have to realize.
They have to realize ISIS.
Okay. If
think
they
I
don't
think
realize, they can reach enlightenment.
we'll write a book. After today's call, I'm inspired. We will write a book called ISIS. Okay?
Thank you.
Administrators and team, we will write a book called ISIS. It is a good book. So Ashok Chotwani and Samatma.
Shivam, sir.
Shivam, sir.
Sir, when we achieve self-realization that I am not body, which at the time of death will become dust. I am not mind. Mind is only subtle body. And I am not ego, which is illusion. That we realize that I am energy power that is called soul.
Correct.
A spark of unique life.
Correct.
Then we realize we are soul.
Correct.
That soul is particle of supreme immortal power.
Perfect.
That means soul is SIP.
Correct.
And if soul is SIP, that means we are also SIP.
Perfect.
And finally, we all are manifestation of SIP.
Good.
That means SIP is in all.
Correct. So Ashok Chotwani is one of the best examples of wisdom. Ashok Chotwani is one of the most sincere seekers. I don't know, I cannot certify how much of the knowledge is realization and enlightenment, but I can be sure he's very close to the ultimate. I don't know, Ashok, I don't really know what is missing in your enlightenment. I don't know. But I think you always say, I'm 80%, I'm 90%. You always say something is missing. So maybe today you can tell us what is missing in your being fully enlightened.
Yeah, so rarely sometimes mind disturbs me. Rarely, very. Otherwise, my mind is still, sir.
Today morning, my mind disturbed me. Today morning.
Yeah.
You know what I did? I made a new formula. We'll have a full discussion on it later. I recorded a video today. You know what I did? I told that thought. My mind does not disturb me. One thought.
Right.
One thought. When I woke up in the morning, that thought was drilling me. Only one thought. So what I told myself, stop it. I told her, stop, thought. Stop. I told myself, stop it. Then crop it. Crop it. Crop it means chop it and drop it. Stop it. Crop it. Drop it. We have to be in consciousness to do that. We all get rubbish thoughts. We all have this problem of bad thoughts. We all have toxic thought.
But I also come back in consciousness within few minutes. But rarely I am. Yeah.
So I'm telling you how to do it.
Yeah.
Stop it, crop it, drop it.
Yes, sir.
So don't let it last even few minutes.
Yeah.
When it comes itself, you attack it.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Yeah.
So my goal is Ashok Chotwani. Suppose I said tomorrow I am going to Switzerland. Ashok Chotwani will be answering Ask AiR. Today, Ashok Chotwani will be the master. Then you should be able to answer all the questions.
Still, I want some more time, sir.
Okay. Thank you. Samatma, very good. Ashok Chotwani explained it very beautifully. Samatma. But I also want people to ask questions when it's not clear. ISIS is not clear. What is not clear? I want you to ask questions. Samatma. Unmute Samatma.
Yeah, Shivoham, sir.
Sure. Yes, Samatma.
So I remember you had told us that ISIS is the entire Vedas and the Upanishads put together. Because if you realize these 4 sentences, you know everything. It's just Neti Neti, Tatvamasi, Aham Brahmasi, and Rajmanam Brahma. So if you understand this as I am soul, you know everything in this world. You don't need to realize anything else.
Let me just see. I am the soul is Tat Tvamasi. Soul is Sip is I am Atma Brahma. I am Sip is Aham Brahmasmi.
Aham
You know that
Brahmasmi.
ISIS administrator, Aru, please make note. ISIS is the Mahavakyas.
Mahavakyas, yeah.
I have forgotten that I told you this.
You had given it to us in one of the sessions.
My God, I forgot. Sorry, I forgot. ISIS is nothing but the Mahavakyas. Mahavakya is nothing but the Upanishads. Upanishads nothing but the Vedas.
Yes.
Therefore, you don't need, if you know ISIS, you don't need to read the Vedas. If you tell some Pandit, he will come with a butcher knife to chop me off. So don't tell any Pandit. They will murder me. But that is the truth. That the ISIS is nothing but the Mahavakyas. Beautiful. I never realized today you taught me this. Thank you. Namaskars to you. You taught me this because I forgot it.
It is your learning. I mean, teaching, which I had just noted down somewhere in my book.
But I forgot it. Nah. You taught me today because I forgot what I did not tell you. Sip told you. Sip told you. That's why I forgot it. Everything that Sip talks through me does not register in me. Correct. So that is an example that Sip spoke through me, but I did not know what I spoke. Okay, Suvinay and Krishan. Thank you. Thank you, Samatma. Suvinay and Krishan.
Good evening, Guruji. Pranam, Guruji.
Pranam, sir.
Sir, since I am very new to this this wonderful part of your learning and sharing journey, I would like to reflect few insights about I am. In Moses code, it says that I am that I am. So I am that I am is related to that. I am the part of that universe. I am part of that infinity, and that infinity is in all, and the infinity is the creation of God. So I am the part of God. Every soul is a part of God. And we see when we interact, when we come to in that orbit of each and every creation of God, we have to think that this is not that matter. This is the creation of God. This is soul, and this is a part of that infinite energy, and we have to correlate with that vibration. That is all, Guruji.
So what you're saying is correct, but just to tell you, what you said is very correct, but you can yourself get confused with what you said. So my request to you, try to simplify it. In this call, Suvinay, what we try to do, we try to simplify it very simple. Now, the first statement you said can be very confusing. I am that I am. No, it's basically be very simple. What is the very simple? I am nothing. Even a child can understand, I am nothing. I am not the body. The body came later. I was born earlier. I am not the mind. Where is the mind? I cannot find. When you simplify it, Suvinay, then you don't have to memorize it because you realize it. When you realize it, then you don't need to analyze it. You don't need to memorize it. That is a state we are trying to reach, Suvinay, where everything is, it is, for example, if I tell you, where is your nose? You don't have to search. You don't have to say, where is my nose? No, you don't have to search. We want that state of enlightenment, where we become completely aware, conscious of all this.
Guruji, that means we have to practice emptiness.
Actually, in emptiness, there will be anubhuti. There will be that spark. When that spark comes, you don't have to practice anything. You just have to be in that awareness.
Okay, Guruji.
The more we try to learn, the more we try to memorize or to these things, the more we are caught in that. Adi Shankara has a beautiful thing, it's called Bhaja Govindam. I don't know if you've heard that. He says, Bhaja Govindam, Govindam, Bhaja Muramatai. Oh, you fool, he says, oh, you fool, what are you trying to memorize? What are you trying to learn? You don't need to learn, you need to realize. And when you realize that everything is an experience, you experience it.
Guruji, I remember one of his stanza, and this I sing most of the time.
What
The
is it?
stanza says, Punarapi Jananam, Punarapi Maranam, Punarapi Janani Jathare Shayanam, Ehe Sansare Bahudastare, Kripaya Pahe Pare Murari.
Very
This
good.
means,
This is part of, it's part of the
yeah,
Bhaja Govindam.
yeah. Guru.
Very good. So what happens is, while I have also heard this, I avoid bringing it on Zoom because you know how difficult it is to understand one word of these things, right? And then to interpret it. So we are trying to, as I told you, trying to keep it as simple as possible. For example, today's subject, ISIS, is the entire Mahavakyas. Now the Mahavakyas, Tattvamasi, Ayamatma Brahma, Prajnanam Brahma, Aham Brahmasmi, people take 25 years to understand it.
Yes, exactly, Guruji.
But we are putting it in 4 simple phrases. I am soul, soul is sip, I am sip, sip is in all. Even a 4th standard child should be able to understand what we are trying to say. Okay, thank you. Next person on the call. Is it Krishan and then Rekha?
Yeah. Shivoham, sir.
Yeah. Shivoham.
Sir, I have a question. What is better, bhakti or gyan? Or which is most important thing for a human being?
What is better to live, food or water?
Both.
So bhakti and gyan are a combination. See, bhakti is, without bhakti, there can be no shakti to attain mukti. You need bhakti. Without bhakti, without mumukshutva, without that deep yearning for God, nothing is possible. All right?
Agreed, sir.
And if you have only bhakti, but you don't, you said jnana, right?
Yes.
If you don't have jnana, you cannot be enlightened. You cannot. Without jnana, there is no possibility. So that bhakti can lead to jnana. The bhakti will open the door of wisdom. You get the point?
Yes,
so,
sir. Yes.
So it is sometimes there are many intelligent people who are scholars, who are masters. Are they enlightened?
No.
No, they are not enlightened. So please understand, therefore you need a combination. That's why they say karma yoga, bhakti yoga, jnana yoga, dhyana yoga. You need to be a yogi who is going through all the states of yoga to reach the state of mukti.
So bhakti will give us wisdom, and
bhakti will give shakti.
Shakti.
The energy to be enlightened.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Okay, so next we have next is who's in order? Rekha Parwani.
Shivoham AiR.
Shivoham. After Rekha, we have got, I think 1+ today is Kavita, right? Krishna. Sorry, Krishna, you're showing us 1+. So after Rekha is Krishna, then Ru, Tanu, and then Rekha Chaudhary. Yes, Rekha Parwani.
Shivoham AiR.
Shivoham.
Today when we were walking, Kavita and myself, we discussed our Zoom call and we discussed bhajans. Thank you for making us realize we are the soul. Because today when we were walking, so the heartbeat increases, then that bhajan came into our mind, or not our mind, to us, that Prabhu paas hai anubhuti hona, dil jo tadakta, wo Prabhu hi to hai. It's like before we used to think it is our heartbeat. But this realization came to us that it is not our heartbeat. It is
beautiful. So for those who were listening to Rekha, she's talking of a bhajan which says, Prabhu paas hai anubhuti hona, dil jo dhadakta, wo Prabhu hi to hai. So she's talking of this bhajan which says, Prabhu paas hai. God is not far away. God is sip. Sip is the heartbeat. So this is what she was trying to say. Thank you, Rekha. Krishna.
Sir, good evening.
Yes, Krishna, good evening.
Sir, I'm traveling and I'm so grateful to you because my mobile was not working and my husband gave me. So I was thinking it is again the grace of the divine. So when you have that tada, grace will help you. No,
Yes,
don't
of
please do.
course.
Acha, okay. And then my two questions, it's a very, because the two things which you gave me in the first call, one was from the zygote, you know, to retrace back to the thought of a zygote. And
Yeah.
one is this IS, which I keep on contemplating.
Okay.
And the question I have to you, one is, it is easy to think about the first cell because I have experienced motherhood. I'm sorry, sir, it's so disturbing here. We are in a different destination.
No, I can hear you. Continue. I can hear you clearly.
Okay.
Continue.
So the zygote thing, it was very clear to experience because I also have gone through motherhood. So I can understand. But you said now focus on your exit, which is so difficult. I was trying to understand how do we exit. It was not happening. That is one question. Second one I have is IS. The understanding is very clear. In many of your statements, understanding is very clear. I keep on repeating, keep on praying. भगवान मुझे next step में लेके आना, लेकिन what is the difference between understanding and experiencing or being, which you say? What is that gap?
See, the difference between understanding and being is realization. For example,
Why doesn't that happen?
Because it is like water in the fridge. When you put water in the fridge, in the refrigerator, is it water or is it ice?
It is water.
But
if it isn't ice,
it in the ice tray also still it is water until it will crystallize. Until it will crystallize, then the same water becomes ice. Correct?
Right.
Just like water must crystallize to become ice, you have to realize. Just like water will crystallize, the knowledge that you have, that knowledge will turn to realization. Okay? And the second point you said, contemplate death means just whenever somebody dies, the best way to contemplate, open the newspaper, open the television. You will find Turkey, Syria, you will find so many people dying. Today they said somebody in Delhi has murdered the girl and put in the bedroom and under the bed. So when you hear the news of any death, contemplate what happens when the body dies. Don't do it imaginary. Talk a real situation of death. And when you're in less voice tomorrow, then we will continue the discussion. Okay?
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, Krishna. Thank you for being part of it today also. Thank you. Rutanu.
Shivoham Guruji.
Shivoham, Rutanu, bolo.
Guruji, one thing I used to do every day, that is, I would go to my mandir and I would light agarbatti.
Very good.
So I have Radha Krishna and I have few idols and I do that bhakti. But since 1 month, I'm sitting somewhere and then also I'm doing bhakti. I don't feel like that I have to go to the idol and then light up agarbatti and then do bhakti. So
of course,
it
you
is
don't
okay.
need to. Of course. Why should you go and put agarbatti? For what reason? If your mind is toxic and you want to get out of that toxicness, then you can go light agarbatti. If you want a flip over from your mind, which is wandering somewhere, then there is no harm in lighting the agarbatti. These rituals must have meaning. Otherwise, it's useless. Otherwise, no meaning. What is the use of lighting agarbatti?
Like every evening when the sun sets, I used to light diya and agarbatti. But now when I sit calmly, I feel so calm and so silent that I feel that I can anubhav God like that also.
What is the use of lighting agarbatti? Rather, you go out of your house and take some biscuits and feed a dog. Why don't you do that? Why don't you watch the sunset? Why don't you see the divine sunset? Why don't you be in consciousness? Why don't you be still and watch a beautiful sunset?
Yes.
We are all we are pop. Remember, I told you we are pop, prisoners of pleasures, possessions, and people. We should not be we should not be pop. Why don't you contemplate on ISIS? Why don't you? Because what happens is each one of us, I'm telling you, a person like me, who you all think I am so advanced in the subject, today morning I got up with a rotten thought. I'm telling you, this morning I got up with a rotten thought. And I told my thought, you damn it thought, get out. But the thought was not getting out. I'm telling you, it happened this morning. So I caught it.
But you can identify the thought and you can realize that I don't want it. For us, for realization also, it takes some time.
Yeah, I know, but what you're saying is when some of you are caught in thought, you don't even know which thought is, you don't even know which thought is the poison.
Yes, and 1 hour before what we thought, we forgot. What was there?
1 hour before what you thought you forgot is a big thing. Sometimes 1 minute before what you thought you forgot.
Ah, that is true.
1 minute before you can't remember what you thought.
While speaking only, we forget what we have to speak.
So your mother, that day your mother was saying, Shivam ji, and she was telling, मैं आपको बोलना चाहती हूँ. And she said, मैं आपको बोलना चाहती हूँ, मैं भूल गई मैं क्या बोलना चाहती हूँ. This is what Rumata ji told us just
My
a few
mother
days.
has got a memory and sharper than mine. I always tell her that you have a memory sharper than mine.
Yeah, but I know she's very sharp, but I'm telling you what happened on Shivratri. She's one of the stars. She wins the prizes. She makes youngsters run for their money. She is one of the she's one of the stars. Okay, good. Rekha Chaudhary.
Thank you, Guruji.
Yes. Shivam.
I'm not able to understand the Maya. Sorry, the Leela.
Okay. Maya is illusion. Leela is drama. You know the meaning of, when they do Krishna Leela? Means in the stage, there is a lot of Leela. Leela means it's a drama. Drama means it's a stage. Drama जानती है? Drama का मतलब क्या है? Drama में लोग आते हैं, actor आते हैं, नाटक करते हैं, फिर चले जाते हैं. That is Leela. This world is ये दुनिया एक लीला है. एक दुनिया एक लीला है. हम सब actor. We all are actors. We come on the earth, we do our show, and we go. The stage
वो
will
समझ
remain.
आता है, लेकिन जब लीला हमें कुछ बताना चाहती है, वो समझ नहीं आता.
नहीं, लीला कुछ भी नहीं बताना चाहती है. वो आप कंफ्यूज हो गए. लीला में हमें आना है और हमें जाना है बस.
One more question.
One more question. बोलो.
आपने बोला कि दिया अगरबत्ती क्यों जलाना है? अगर हम नहीं जलाएंगे तो then what about भक्ति?
नहीं, आप जलाओ. किसने बोला नहीं जलाना? मैंने नहीं बोला. वो किसी और ने बोला. मैंने नहीं बोला. आप मेरी आप गलत मत बोल रहा. मैंने नहीं बोला. किसी और ने पूछा, उनको बोला आपको भक्ति करना है दिया और अगरबत्ती से, प्लीज डेली करो. कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. ओके, थैंक यू. सुविनय.
Thank you.
Guruji, there is a question.
Yes.
And for this question is, I know the answer, but I'm not able to practice it thoroughly.
Okay.
I'll tell you. The thing is that someone has hurted me, such a painful hurt was there. Then I started into the path, and I followed the path of spirituality. I went into that, and I thank God because of that pain, because of that wound, I have entered into a new dimension.
Okay.
But that experience, I know that all that things which happened with me in the past, it is just a memory, it is just an image, but still I am not able to get out of that clutches that has caught me in such a way that I am not fully able to be free with that memory and with that experience. How to get rid of that?
Do you know why that happened?
Yes, sir. This was a family issues,
No. Do you know why it happened? I'm asking you, do you know why it happened?
Maybe my past life karmas or something like that.
Not maybe. Nothing happens in this world other than karma. So, for example, something happened. Now I'm telling you the way out of it. Please pay attention to what I'm saying. Suppose today I killed a frog by mistake in my last janma. I was walking and I stamped a frog and I killed a frog. All right.
Okay.
Now the karma happens in such a way that because I killed a frog, I lose my little finger. This finger gets cut. Now, should I be grateful that I only lost a finger for killing a frog, or should I be complaining that I lost this finger because I could have lost my hand itself? You should be celebrating. You should be celebrating that you got hurt and your negative karma has been wiped out. You should celebrate it.
Okay.
Are you getting my point? You should not think, you should be thanking God and saying, "Arey, thank you, mera karma nikhdam ho gaya." That is the attitude.
Guruji, I thank God. And at that same point of time, I was not celebrating, I was consoling myself.
No.
Now I will celebrate.
If you celebrate, you no more have the hurt. Therefore, very often they ask the question, what is important in forgiveness? You know what is important in forgiveness? Not only must you forgive, you must forget. So many people in my life, they come and tell me, that last month, I made this mistake. And then I tell them, what is that mistake you made? They say, very good, very good, very good. You don't remember, so very good, very good. I don't remember what people do bad for me. Not only I forgive, I forget. This is the way, so this is the way for us. So from today onwards, you celebrate. Don't remember, if you keep the hurt in your heart, it is like keeping a burning coal inside. It will keep on fuming.
Guruji, my family has left me and I'm in isolation.
That is good. Because of that, you will become spiritual.
Yes, Guruji.
You know what Socrates said? Socrates said, one of my favorite quote of my life is from Socrates. You know what Socrates said?
No, Guruji, please.
Socrates said, either if you are happily married, either you will be happily married or you will become a philosopher. If you are married, either you will be happily married or you will become a philosopher. So, which means that if you are so lost in your marriage, there's no chance of becoming enlightened. You will never be enlightened. So this is a blessing. You must thank God that you have been liberated. You have not been isolated. You're using a wrong term. Never use the term, I have been isolated. I think you use the word isolated.
Yes,
please say, I have been liberated.
I have been liberated, Guruji.
From today, you must say like that.
Guruji, this is God's will?
It is not God's will. It is karma. Okay. And it is your choice. It is a combination of your past karma and your present karma. Today, you are on this call. Is it God's will?
No, Guruji.
It is your choice. Tomorrow you don't want to come on this call. You won't come. Is it God's will?
Okay, Guruji. Thank you, Guruji. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Renu Khanna. IV. Renu Khanna, please unmute and speak. Hi,
yes,
Renu.
Hi.
Namaskar. Hi.
Sir, namaskar. सर ये आपने जो बात बोली कि हमको आइसोलेट नहीं बोलना चाहिए, it's a favor for us. God has given us a good chance to connect him.
बिल्कुल.
हाँ, तो मेरा भी वही हाल है. I'm feeling so blessed. मतलब मुझे सारा दिन स्पिरिचुअल बातें करना बहुत अच्छा लगता है. मुझे अभी एक क्वेश्चन आपसे पूछना भी है, जो आपने बताया कि जब लीला होती है, मतलब हम रंगमंच पे आए हैं, इस दुनिया के रंगमंच पे आए हैं, अपना अपना पार्ट करेंगे और चले जाएंगे इस दुनिया से. सर मुझे ये जानना है कि पार्ट करते टाइम जो कर्म हो जाते हैं, कभी कभी अनवांटेड या कुछ हम ना चाहते हुए हो जाते, तो कर्मों के बंधन से हम कैसे छुटकारा पाते जाएं अपना सब कर्म ये करते करते?
बहुत सिंपल है, बहुत सिंपल है. ये कर्म कौन करता है? सपोज मैं आपको बोलता हूँ, सपोज आई एम टेलिंग यू, you take a gun and you shoot. आपने किसी को शूट किया, तो कर्म किसका हुआ? आपके हाथ का हुआ या गन का हुआ?
हमारे हाथ का, हमारा हुआ, हाथ का भी नहीं हुआ. हमारे
कैसे? गन कर्म तो गन का है ना, गन ने शूट किया ना
सर, पर पीछे तो ट्रिगर तो हमने दबाया.
तो ये आप जानते हैं, ये गन का कर्म नहीं, आप जानते हैं, ठीक है. तो ये जो शरीर कर्म करता है, ये करवाता कौन है?
हमारा मन.
करेक्ट। और ये जो मन है, आपने कभी मन को देखा है?
महसूस कर सकते हैं, देखा तो नहीं है।
ही नहीं, कैसे देख सकेंगे आप?
हाँ
मन है ही नहीं।
हाँ जी।
जब हम एहसास करें कि हम ये तन नहीं जो कर्म करता है,
हाँ जी।
हम ये मन भी नहीं जो कर्म करवाता है,
राइट।
हम आत्मा है, आत्मा का कोई कर्म नहीं है। अगर हमें एहसास होगा हम आत्मा है, हम कर्मों से मुक्त हो जाते हैं। जन्म जन्म के कर्म, जन्म जन्म के हजारों कर्म जो हमारे हैं, हम
हाँ जी।
सब कर्मों से मुक्त हो जाते हैं।
अगर हम ये सोच के करते कि जो भी कर रहे हैं वो आत्मा कर रही है, हम नहीं कर रहे हैं।
हाँ, सिर्फ सोचना नहीं है, उसकी अनुभूति करनी है, उसको एहसास करना है।
हाँ, वही मुझे पूछना है, कैसे एक्चुअली
एहसास का मतलब ये कि नहीं, ठीक है, मैं सोचती हूँ कि मैं आत्मा हूँ, लेकिन मुझे आज 10 जलेबी खाना है, तो फिर तो अगर आप सोचते हैं मैं आत्मा हूँ, लेकिन मुझे तो आज मुझे नई साड़ी लेनी है, नहीं आज मुझे नया हीरा लेना है, 2 कैरेट का हीरा लेना है, तो ये तो मतलब हो गया हम आत्मा नहीं है, हम तन मन हो गए।
हाँ हाँ जी।
तो अगर हम एहसास करेंगे कि हम खाली हाथ आते हैं, खाली हाथ जाते हैं, हम कुछ नहीं है, when we have the enlightenment, the realization that we are the soul, then we are liberated from all karma.
वो तो सर मैं समझती हूँ कि हमारे हाथ में कुछ है नहीं, आज इतना है, सब गया, क्या लाए, क्या लेके जाना है।
ये तो सच
भगवान
है
ने
ना।
जो रहने को छत दिया वो शुक्रिया उसका,
फिर
खाने को दिया शुक्रिया उसका, ये तो बहुत सोचती हूँ सर मैं।
तो आपको अब आपके पहली बार कॉल में आ रहे हैं या पहले भी आए आप?
नहीं, फर्स्ट टाइम।
कैसे आए आप?
सर फेसबुक से ही मैंने लिया था।
अच्छा, तो आप डेली आइए, आपको एवरीडे कुछ न कुछ आगे आप बढ़ेंगे इस राह पे। प्लीज कम, डोंट मिस अ कॉल, कम एवरीडे।
यस श्योर सर, श्योर।
I wanted to give you all the right quote before I give to Alka. Alka's next. Socrates said, by all means marry. Samatma. Socrates said, by all means marry. If you get a good wife, you will become happy. If you get a bad one, you will become a philosopher. Socrates said, by all means marry. If you get a good wife, you will be happy. But if you get a bad one, you will become a philosopher. तो मैंने आपको शॉर्टकट में बोल दिया this quote. Thank you. Alka.
Pranam Guruji.
प्रणाम अलका, बताइए।
Just now you mentioned that if something offensive happens in the past, we must forgive.
Yes.
And we must forget also.
Yes.
Suppose we have forgiven, but we are unable to forget. How to forget? Because every experience teaches us some lessons.
See, good things you don't have to forget. Bad things you have to forget. If there is something that is bad, which is hurting you, that you must forget. Good things, why should you forget?
Yeah, because there is a learning.
Yeah, there's learning. The bad things are creating guilt. It's creating shame. It's creating anxiety. We don't want those negative emotions to remain in us. So we should eliminate that. And if you want to know how to forget, I will tell you. You want to still know, or it's a good thing you don't need to know, or you want to know?
I want to know. I want to know.
So the best way to forget is Isis. Today's topic is Isis. I am the soul. The soul is the supreme. I am the supreme. The supreme is in all. When the one who has harmed you is none other than the supreme, the Lord, how can you not forgive the Lord? When you look at the one who has harmed you as a manifestation of God, when you look at them and say, "Ye bhi Prabhu ka roop hai," then you will be able to forgive and forget, and you will move on.
Yeah, thank you, Guruji. Thank you very much.
So, my dear friends, today I must tell you, somebody asked me the question a few days back. Somebody asked me on WhatsApp, I'm attending your call every day, but it's no use. I'm not progressing. So I asked them, you're attending the call and you're not progressing. I asked how often you're attending the call. They said at least twice a week. I said, if you attend the call twice a week, that means 5 days a week you're filled with garbage. Why can't you attend the call every day? I asked the person the question, how often you eat? They told me, what a silly question. I said, why? I'm asking you how often you eat. He said 3 times a day, sometimes 4, sometimes 5 times a day. I said, you are eating food 5 times a day, but you are not attending the call 1 time a day. And then obviously you will be hungry. This call, you notice, see people like Krishna, Suvinay, new people are coming, Ashok Chotwani, Samatma, people like Chidanand, Ruth Anu. We have so many, Girish, Sudeep, so many masters on this call who come and give their blessings in the terms of their learnings. Today, Ashok Chotwani was able to explain ISIS so beautifully. Bliss comes from Canada, and Bliss sometimes will sing a song better than Indian can sing a Hindi song. But that is the divinity, that is the mumukshutva. But I must tell you, do not miss a call. I was trying to explain this to that person. Again, today that person asked me, it's not helping me. I said, you attend the call every day. Then you tell whether it will help you or not. Last question, Rajendra. Rajendra Panditji.
Shivam Guruji.
Shivam, sir.
I have some lines. I wrote some lines. I want just to understand you, just for clarification. When we understand that I am not body, mind, and ego, we realize that I am an Atma.
Yes.
I am the soul.
Yes.
Okay, sir. That is first point. That is first. I am the soul. Further understanding by regress, reminding, or by cropping and dropping, which you just said, dropping the disturbing thoughts, by intellectual thinking and by clear perception, we will realize that soul is eternal, blissful, and simply pure consciousness. That means we understand that soul is basically SIP.
Yes.
Is it like that, sir?
But not understand. You have to
realize. Sir, realize. I wrote realize, but again.
Okay, continue.
I wrote realize. It is practice.
Continue.
Realize that soul is basically SIP.
Yes.
Mathematically, when I am soul, so I am SIP. Mathematically.
Correct.
Simply by further understanding, by further reminding, I will realize that this exists. This SIP is in everything. What I am perceiving around me. Not thing everywhere.
Absolutely.
What I am perceiving. What is my perception? So that is my SIP is everywhere in all.
Correct. So ye jo aapne mujhe bola, what you have told me, this should come as an experience in you. This should be there in your awareness, in your consciousness.
Yes, because I have started doing this while driving the car that I am not driving. It is basically Atma driving. While trying, I am trying to remind myself because I started a few days back. So I am trying the truth, sir.
So Rajendra ji, every day we will move one step forward. That's why I said don't miss the call. Some people, they don't give importance to this call. Please don't give less importance to this call. It's very, very important. With that note, I fold my hands and I bow down to you.